Thank you for joining us at Completing Christ for Wednesday Word. The word for today is the word change. You know, I don't particularly like change, and you probably don't either. But one of the things we learn over the years is that change is a part of life. You know, in Psalm 46, beginning with verse 1, this is what we find. It says, God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in trouble. Listen to what verse 2 says. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth should change. Though the earth should change, we will not fear. We can know that God is our refuge and our help. He's our strength. He's our help in the day of trouble. That though things around us may change, we can still trust in God. You know, our lives have changed this year because of what we've been through with the coronavirus. There's been a lot of change, but some things that we can count on even in the midst of change. You know, a couple things that I think the Lord has reminded me of during this is first that God is God, that God is in control, that He's still the maker of heaven and earth, and though things around us change, that God does not change. He's still the same. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever, and He's still God. He's on the throne. This didn't rock His world, even though it has rocked our world. The second thing is that in the midst of change, we can still trust Him. Like most of you, our lives have been radically changed this year because of the pandemic. You know, for the past several years, been traveling and preaching a lot all over the United States. Tina's been involved in a whole lot of different types of ministries, and a lot of that has changed. But in the midst of that, one of the things that He has reminded us of over and over again is that we still can trust Him. You know, you see back here my backpack and my couch, which usually I take a picture of when I'm traveling. You know, those things have pretty much been in my office since March because there hadn't been a whole lot of traveling. There's been a whole lot of change to our schedule. Just like your lives have changed, ours have changed. But remember that the God of heaven and earth is still trustworthy even in the midst of change. Though the earth may change, we shall not fear. Though the earth may change, He's still our refuge. He's still our strength. He's still our help in day of trouble. He still is worthy of our trust. I pray that today that you realize and understand that even in the midst of massive, massive change, that God is still God and God is still trustworthy, that we still can trust Him. And in the time of change, one of the things that He's reminded me of is that when things change, it often gives me an opportunity to examine myself, to take a look at where I am in my relationship with Him, what's really going on in my life. And one of the things that I probably have struggled with the most is my identity in what I do, or is my identity in Christ. You see, this change has changed what I do. It's changed the way that I do it. I wasn't on YouTube before all this change, you know, but my identity cannot be in what I do. It has to be in whose I am. That I am a born-again believer, empowered by the Spirit of God, and Jesus needs to be my identity. In the midst of change, God is still God, and He still can be trusted. I hope you have a blessed day, and remember, let Jesus be Jesus in you.